Nobody robbed a liquor store on the lower part of town. Nobody OD'd, nobody closed a single person down. And everybody loved one another in the good old USA. We sure could use a little good news today. Thanks, Aunt Murray, for that beautiful song. Because we need some good news. We really need some good news. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, family. How y'all doing out there? Again, I want to thank all of y'all for the birthday wishes. Those of y'all who sent me email. I really appreciate it. And I want you to continue to support the channel. I appreciate it. And, you know, it's just a blessing to be on this side of the dirt. However, with that being said, y'all, we would be totally remiss if we're not embarrassed. Not embarrassed by the way that Donald Trump has acted in terms of on the world scale, the scale of the universe. And kind of like what's happening now is we can really see who the savages are on the planet. These are the same white people that colonized us. And I can speak on it because I'm virtually talking to y'all right now as a person who's been colonized by you. Okay? By this elite class right here. And always was wondering who's going to fight the bully. Who Israel and America has the same mindset. That European mindset that wants to steal, kill, and destroy everything that's in, I'm not going to say in their way, that are just there. And because they're so disagreeable from the inside out, everything they touch turns rabid. And Donald Trump is just a reflection of, maybe some of them are not as bad. You got garden snakes, just like you got rattlesnakes and black mambas. You got different type. But for the most part, snakes are dangerous. Okay? The fact that this has been a history of white people since the beginning, the colonization. And the thing about it is, they're so arrogant that they think they can take a continent that really was in existence way before America was even thought of. And they have been shown such favor by not only God for real, but through free labor. Us, me, my ancestors. That nobody held them accountable for stealing us. Nobody ever held them accountable for anything. Talking about they the fastest growing nation. And now the descendants of the people who helped you be number one can't even walk around freely without being over policed and over sanctioned. All these things. And in my opinion, it is just befitting that America and Israel get put in their place. It is an arrogance that has been here, and I know this is not popular, okay? But when you look at the whole behavior over the, not just what just transpired when Trump said he was going to blow everybody to the Stone Age. And the Stone Age, somebody put up a meme. It showed that America wasn't even born wasn't even a country, and they had civilizations. These countries are thousands of years old, and here's America been a Johnny come lately, 200 something years, and the arrogance and the colonists stealing thievery and has gotten them so hyped up. They think that shit's still gonna work today. They've been already doing it for 200, 300 years. And instead of you learning something from that, you've been a hypocrite. You've been a group that feign like you want freedom, feign like you want democracy, feign like you love black and brown bodies, when at the same time you killing them and castrating them and doing shit like you doing over here. You know, the Midas touch. Let me give a shout out to Ben Marcellus, because you know, he did he just does a terrific job. You know, amongst other creators, but he's got one of the fastest growing channels, and I think the way he handled this last post yesterday was something that it just hit the nail right on the head. He said Trump was stunned as Iran turns the table on him in war. So I want you to listen to what Ben Marcellus is saying from the Midas Touch, and y'all go and support them, because they're independent news source and they are a good news source. Here we go.
The Iran embassy in Cuba also has images of Iran from its 1,000+ year history, and they write a retrospective look at the Stone Age, when the United States did not exist. The Iranian embassy in Cuba reposting the embassy of Iran in Spain with Pope Leo's Easter message: may those who have the power to unleash wars choose peace, not a peace imposed by force, but through dialogue, not with the desire to dominate others, but to encounter them. The Iranian mission in EU, basically embassy in EU, if you will, goes, how do you feel, Mr. Minister, about the massive equipment losses of your U.S. friends in this operation? Don't you think they deserve your congratulations? 1 F-15E Strike Eagle destroyed, 2 HH-60 helicopters destroyed, 2 MH-6, I think it was 1 MH-6 Little Bird destroyed, an A-10 Thunderbolt destroyed, 2 C-130 Hercules destroyed, 2 MQ-9 Reapers destroyed. Those aircrafts were confirmed as being destroyed in this operation, the search and rescue, just one operation. All of those aircraft were lost. The Iranian embassy in Thailand posts, judging by how Trump swears like a teenager, it seems the U.S. has reached the Stone Age sooner than expected. The Iranian embassy in Thailand also says, we get it that you're a bloodthirsty empire in decline, but you don't have to show your inferiority by this language. Allah is far greater and all-encompassing to be used by your mouth. Go run some more enterprise and never come back to global politics. They also write, we know that some Americans swear, but is this the best and finest of you as a president? Is this how you want to be represented in the world? Language. Does anybody know why the U.S. is attacking us? My job is nearly impossible now because I can't point to just one failure. Every bullet fired is a setback for the average American trying to make ends meet and a blow to global stability.
Now, did y'all hear that? And did you get that? Who's the savages here? See, because what has happened, and this is a sad reality for a lot of European, the mindset. You know, everybody has a cross to bear. I think those of us who have been conditioned over here with Europeans that live like in Palestine or Palestine really, and those of us who may live in America, where you really see that racism, in this case chattel racism, when you really see it, you have to realize that because of both of those extremes, there was damage done. There was trauma inflicted upon the people in both ways, even the ones that inflicted it. I listened to the story about, and I don't want to get off the subject, about Henry Fonda, Jane's father, that his grandfather was a racist, and he hated that shit. He didn't want to go with his grandfather and watch them hang niggers. So you see, but his grandfather had to be conditioned that way, and then they had to continue. So both of them are two extremes of the other, right? That's why I always say that it's so crazy that two people could be looking at the same thing, and see it so damn differently. Just show you that they operating off a different stimulus. That is so true. That's what it is. Okay, the ones that's in the front, they just see the nice little elephant swinging the trunk, and you can give them peanuts and marshmallows and whatever, and love and talk about how cute his little face is, but the ones in the back is seeing nothing but a tail wagging and shit dropping out the back of his butt, and they have to be sitting there looking at that visualization all day long. They're going to create two different stimulus in the person. So that's why it's good to move around. The ones in the back got to go to the front a little bit, and the ones in the front got to be in the back. That's how you balance the scale. Okay? And that's what's about to happen to white folk. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way, because I know I got some white folks that listen to me and they straight up, and I know there's a lot of people that's cut off the cloth of John Brown or Viola Luso or Schwerner. There's a lot of all through history, some Quakers and people who have helped. So y'all know who y'all are. I ain't speaking to that, and I'm not singing to the choir. I'm talking about in general. Y'all know y'all race fucked up. You don't need me to tell you that. I'm over here as a result of what your race has done to me. Us, my group, collectively. You held us hostage over here in our own land with some of us. Same thing in South Africa. Because you have a mindset to take people's shit. And it's called stealing. And then you want to put people in jail and give them long sentences for the same thing you do every day. You do it on a global level. You go steal people, countries, steal their land, and so this has got to stop. It's really got to stop. And you gonna get stopped, because your time to rule is over. You haven't been a good ruler. You've been evil. And even if you did all of that stuff during slavery, the way most black people are wired, and listen, we don't want no smoke. If you just give us our shit back and give us our money, and we'll just leave it. We won't. A lot of us won't be looking for the same treatment that you gave to us to give it back to you. We wouldn't hang you and skin you. A lot of us wouldn't. Or castrate you and stick your dick in your mouth. Because we don't really want that. We the mother and father of all civilizations. Why would we want to do that? We created y'all. So with that being said, it's out of your own mind, straight out of the mind of white people, that they feel like they can go and take shit from everybody, and that their day is not going to come where somebody say, never again. This is the day that Malcolm and Martin and everybody talked about and dreamed about and wanted. Elijah, Noble, Marcus, all of them. Because y'all wouldn't stop on your own, even though God has sent you all these warners. And black people telling you, we had to go through the civil rights, telling you, You can't treat us like this. This is not human. But you don't. But you like that story of the Pharaoh. And until your son is laid down on your lap, dead, you don't seem to want to learn the lesson. You cannot go around, and for 500 years since your inception, you've been stealing and killing and robbing and doing all the evilness on the planet. And when Moses said, look, you gotta let my people go. I'm tired of this. We tired. You wouldn't do it. No matter what he showed you. You can turn the water to blood. Did everything. Brought you plague and pestilences and everything. And you still had a hard heart. And that's what Donald Trump reminds me right now. And if y'all white people don't get a hold to this crazy wayward person that's part of your lineage, if y'all don't stop him, we gonna be in trouble. The whole world as we know it is gonna go up in smoke, because ain't nobody putting up with that shit that you did 400 years ago. I don't care how many weapons you got. You don't have this juice to go up against karma. You just don't have it. And all I can think about is what Reverend White said. Right. God damned America. Y'all hear that? This place right now is damned. It's God damned America. And we got to pull ourselves up out. Either we going to be a country for everybody, like we said on paper, talking about bring your tired and bring your strength, all them lies, they're going to be uncovered. Ain't that what Cat Williams said? Shit been being unearthed ever since. Either we going to learn to live as brothers, you going to give us our shit back, or you going to perish as fools. The Africans want their shit back that you stole from them. So y'all ain't gonna just be running through life no more with this bullshit, with these weapons, and thinking that everybody's gonna bow down to your will because you're out of control. You act like savages. In fact, a lot of you really are bona fide savages. Listen.
The Iranian embassy in Thailand also reposts the Iranian embassy in Japan and says, for hundreds of years, Iran ensured safe and free passage through the Strait of Hormuz. The world enjoyed low-cost commodities and global trade, while Iran has suffered from unilateral sanctions for 47 years and now horrific war crimes. Many stayed silent. Time for a change. Going back to the Iranian embassy in Zimbabwe, it's such a joy to hear this beautiful sound from Zimbabwe. Thank you for sharing. And there you go. Do you still want us to learn from the USA? After pointing out Donald Trump's post on Easter, the Iranian embassy in Zimbabwe also writes, presidential decorum refers to the expected standards of behavior, conduct, and communication for a president while in office. It includes respectful and measured language in public statements, dignified behavior that reflects the seriousness of the office, adherence to norms and traditions of governance, composure under pressure, especially during crisis, respect for institutions, laws, and other branches.
Wait, man. Now you know why he said that. Listen to Donald Trump again with his low-life ass. Tuesday, which is today, will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one, in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. Come on, Ben.
Inches and it's a repost of Donald Trump saying, "Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards. Praise be to Allah." And there's this post right here of Donald Trump going out in front of a crowd saying, "We've completely destroyed Iran's capabilities." And behind him are all the American aircraft that have been destroyed. And then the Iranian embassy in Zimbabwe writes, "Everything is good, but you don't believe." Then, I mean, there's more of these. I mean, yeah, this is what they're. But I'm just showing you what basically took place over the past 24 hours.
They're making a fool out of us. They're mocking us. And these people won't get Donald Trump up out of there. We ain't got 3 years. Hell, we barely got 3 days. Fuck all that. These Democrats are just, listen, both parties are fucked up, okay? But if anything possibly a little bit can get done, it could get done out of them, and you got to hold their feet to the fire. But the other ones, the MAGA and all them, you ain't got shit coming with them, and you already know it. But none of them ain't shit. Just know that, because they all compromised. Nobody in their right mind will watch their president do all this shit and just sit back and do nothing. This is the same shit they did with January 6th. They sat back and did nothing. And then we got them here again. What? Remember that Merrick Garland shit, y'all? So, we gotta not want to play the game no more. All of us. We can't keep playing this game. History does repeat itself. And so if that's the case, like all the other empires, we going down. We going down. We going. It's for real, for real. Okay. I want to know what y'all think. Okay, because it's too much. Thank you, Ben Mycillus, from the Midas Touch. Thank you. All the countries done turned on us. And they laughing at this. It's like that Carrie movie. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Man, if you like what you hear, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I'm just trying to take it all in, y'all, and do the same. Don't take too much in, but stay prayerful. And it's time to keep your head on the swivel now. You want to keep lollygagging if you want to. Somebody said you can keep on dancing and swinging and doing all that. That's good. But you better know it's a storm is coming up on the horizon. And it could be nuclear. What say you? If you like what you hear, subscribe and share my channel. I'll see you in the next video.